Just because I like to create doesn't mean that I believe in creativity or I trust creativity. Because why would you trust something that wakes you up at 2:45 a.m. saying, I want to play. I want to have some fun right now. No, go to bed. Let's have 4 more hours of sleep. No, we're going to do it right now and I'll make sure you stay awake. Really? Unplugged because we will always say yes to creativity, totally uncut because we all make mistakes. So turn it into a tool. This is Arroe Unplugged. I am shocked at how fast our smartphone batteries don't stay charged. All of these bright, beautiful technology things that we have in our life, and a simple battery takes the human need to a completely different level. They're out of control with our destinations. We complain about the price of food and gas, but rarely do I ever hear somebody fighting the system on the cost of batteries. Yeah, I did some research. The price of lead batteries that you put in your car are up because lead is very expensive. What about AA batteries? Well, it's the lithium. That's the culprit. It's very difficult to cultivate. It all boils down to the consumer. Low man on the totem pole. Sticker shock is set in place. And if we want to participate, it comes with an expectation that must be met. You know, supply and demand, cause and effect, Jagger and Richards. Combinations that keep the world going round and round and round, milking the system, getting what you can before the consumer evolves. Hey, it's Arroe. This is The Daily Mess, a chronological walk through an everyday world. I am a daily writer, and things like batteries losing their energy so quickly just gets underneath my skin. But you know what I love about it? It invites me to do research, to go looking for answers, because it's not going to be on the front page of my newspaper. I'm not going to find it on a magazine cover. I'm not going to hear about it on the 5 o'clock news. That's what I like about being a daily writer. If you've got questions, locate the answers. This is The Daily Mess. 3 days away from yet another brand new year. The war has escalated in Ukraine. China has been hit horribly with an increase in COVID. The huge threat of a recession continues in the United States of America. The average person is talking more about the worst of 2022 than the better. But there is some good news from 2022. Apple's stock value has hit $3 trillion. How about this one? Victoria's Secret featured a model in 2022 with Down syndrome. Scientists located the Milky Way's black hole. There were women referees at this year's World Cup. Women were allowed higher level positions at the Vatican. And more people are smoking pot than cigarettes in 2022. There's some good news for you. I don't do cigarettes or pot. I just don't. Does that mean I'm disconnected from the norm? My mother was a cigarette smoker. I don't remember having ill feelings or complaining about the scent of the house. I just expected it. Pot, on the other hand, has gone through a strange evolution. It used to have this unique odor about it. When I would smell it as a kid at a concert, it was like, yeah, smell that. Ooh, will I get a childhood buzz off that guy's smoke? I don't know. Maybe I did. But the worst thing about pot these days is it smells like a skunk. Not my thing. An identity in crisis isn't always forgiven. 3 days away from a brand new year. I'm sure I said the same exact thing a year ago and the year before and the year before. But here we stand. How are you going to evolve in this brand new year? In 2019 becoming 2020, we didn't know that COVID was really going to be what it was because there were two sides of the fence. Those that believed that it was happening and those that said, hell no. And here we are going into 2023, and we are doing the triple-demic, which is the virus situation for children in their lungs. We've also got COVID numbers on the rise. And the other one, we've got the flu season underway, the triple-demic. And what are we doing about it? We're still marching on. We're 3 days away from a brand new year. Here we go. Here we go. Where is your presence on the map? Where do you find yourself in the middle of 2022 versus this time next year? I wrote about this profusely this past week. I spent 4 days at a campsite, and I really, really wanted to dig deep into why it is that I no longer forecast my future, why it is that I do not find faith in trying to put goals in place. I have ideas where I would like to be, but I don't make it my place. And the reason why is because I spend so much time on the essential lines that it's like I hear the stories, I know how much is invested in growing with those stories, and then they don't get to become. That's like college students. They go to get this degree in and then become a theater manager. It's like, what happened here? You're not getting that 8 years of education back. How did this happen? Well, it's the way that we're being shaped, and we've got to take control of how we're shaped, or they're going to continue putting you in places where they think they need you. Taking control of your life, getting your own team around you to say, look, this is what we need. This is the requirement. It's going to take some time, a process to gain access to a progress. But if we don't gain our own strength, then what we're doing is we're just giving ourselves away. And I don't like that feeling. I've played the corporate America game. We can't just walk in and say, what do you want me to do? No. All right. No matter what my feelings are, is this really what you want me to do? Yeah. If you're going to be in these walls, you have to do this, and that. Those are the scariest words in your everyday. This, and that. That's what I have to do? Yeah. In order to keep this position. Or you can find the door. I have to do this, and that? Yeah. What happens if I don't want to? Well, I told you. There's the door. Shape your life. Make that a priority into your everyday, not just into this next year we're going into. Make it a priority every day. Make it your daily habit. Be aware of where you are. I'm Arroe, and that's the Daily Mess.